If your sketchbook looks like this, though, absolutely include it. That is a work of art. I mean, that's beautiful. I want to see that sketchbook. So here is another, like this artist, like I'll show you a bunch. There's like no right way or wrong way. You know, this person is bringing sketchbook, all of the research, and also the documentation of the work that they're making. They're going into their sketchbook and they're looking at like green peppers and they're starting to like think about these plant matter that, you know, that they're interested in the shape. They go and make three-dimensional objects from them. They go back into their sketchbook and they start to look at bark, specifically the palm tree, and all those lines that, you know, are making up the bark in the palm tree. And then they create this lamp. They distill it down to like the essence of the palm tree, basically. But then they go back into, like this project's done, and they go back into their sketchbook, and they're starting to look at the lines that interested them in the palm tree, and they're just playing around with the line, just the line, that's it. You know, like what can I do with all of these lines? They create some 2D work about it, then they go back into their sketchbook. And I mean, this is a good image of a lot of stuff, a lot of pictures on one slide. I might actually say it's a little too much, maybe edit it down a little bit, but it still gives us a very clear idea on their thought process. They go into space, you know, how does the line work in a three-dimensional form? Then they almost use like actual space as their sketchbook. What's going to happen if I pull this thread across space? And then they end with this image. I mean, it's a beautiful, beautiful structure that they've created with just thread. And just, you know, it all started with the idea of an interest in lines. That's it. So simple. Plus, they left us with a really strong image. You know, always put that last image, should always be your best image, as that's the one we're going to be, you know, talking about you with the other reviewers. We'll be spending the most amount of time on that. So thinking about observational work, you know, if you can draw like this, then that's great. This is what I was trained to do. I have a very traditional background. But the thing is that, you know, we have cameras on us at all time. Like I have one on my phone, everyone does. There's no reason to really make work like this anymore. I mean, if this is what you do, then kudos. That takes a lot of practice, and they're really, really beautiful. But what is it telling us about you as an artist? You know, think about observational work in a different way, maybe. You know, think about emotion that you can create with a gesture, with a line, with texture, you know, with mark making. You're not going to use the same mark to, you know, draw a lamp versus, you know, drawing your mom, hopefully. Very different things. But, you know, something so simple can tell us a lot more about you and what you're interested in.